so that we will post this recording on our YouTube channel and also email it out to you after the webinar. All right, so step one, a business entity. Sometimes I'll have a sole proprietor that signs up for the program and they'll ask, why do I need a corporation or an LLC? The real reason that you need an LLC or a corporation is that so that you have some protection, some legal protection with your business. So that way there's a little bit of separation from you as an individual and the business. A sole proprietor is essentially an individual doing business as your company name. So there's no separation there. The other difference is, as far as the accounting goes, who that revenue is reported to. If you're a sole proprietor, typically you pull that revenue onto your personal tax return. Of course, I'm not an accountant or an attorney, so you'll want to consult with both of those different specialties to make sure you're picking the best corporation or LLC for your type of business. We do have a resource here, Sage International, that can help you file your entity, but they do way more than that. They'll make sure your corporate documents are in order and that all your filings annually are done correctly. Most entities are not keeping their corporation or LLC up to date in the correct way, and Sage International can help you with that. Of course, this is just a helpful resource that we put on our website to help you if you do need help in that area. Once you complete this page, meaning you have a corporation or LLC filed, you'll enter in the details at the bottom of the page and hit Save and Continue. On this page, we're talking about the business name and address. So it's important that you pick a business name and address and you use the same business name and address on all of your records. That means your state filing, business licenses, any applications you submit, and so forth should always have the same business name and address that you have filed on your corporate records. So you can see here within this box, we have a good resource, Regis, that can set up a virtual business address. Why a business address? Well, a lot of companies are home-based businesses, but some lenders don't like to see a home-based business. So it is sometimes helpful to file or set up a home-based business with a company like Regis. Okay. The other is you can use virtual business addresses, but shy away from something like a UPS box or a post office box. A large majority of fraudulent applications that a lender receives come from this type of post office box or UPS box. So sometimes that automatically flags your business as a higher risk, where they do more underwriting to verify that the business is actual. When you do a DBA, you want to make sure that you include the corporation name on all applications. You remember, it's a DBA is your corporation or LLC doing business as ABC. So when you fill out an application, you want to put both names. So if the lender sees your website under the DBA name, they can draw that line back to your actual corporation. You'll enter the information here. As you can see, the system will tag the address or the phone number as a good business phone number or business address. Now, some clients will say, I just don't have the funds to do a virtual business address. So you could proceed with the home address. That would be better than the PO box or the UPS address. Just keep in mind what the lenders prefer. And if we receive declines and so forth, we can always look back at that business address and see if it's worth investing in. On the next page, we dive into the business phone number. So lenders like to see a business phone number instead of a cell phone number or a home phone number. Ring Central is a good solution there, where they do a virtual phone number that you can have forwarded to any phone. You can use any resource out there, but this is one that's tried and true that we've sent a lot of clients to. Typically, they start at about $9.99 a month. So this is a great resource for you if you do need to set up a business phone number. What is nice about having a business phone number is lenders prefer to see one, like I said, and as you fill out your information here, it will flag as a business phone number. You can click yes in this section to have us list your phone number under 411. And 411 is a directory that a lot of trade accounts will check as part of the application process. Sometimes clients will come back to me and say, hey, look, I'm getting declines. What's going on? And a lot of times I can trace it back to this 411 listing. When you click yes and you hit save and continue, we automatically submit your business phone number to 411. It does take about a week or two for 411 to list that in their directory. You can check to see if you're listed by dialing your area code 555-1212 and search for your business name. You'll want to check that regularly until you see it is listed. 411 will not list virtual numbers that are free, like the name of that typical group, Magic Jack. Magic Jack will not list. A personal cell phone number typically won't list. So you'll want to make sure it's actual business virtual phone number or business phone number before you hit save and continue and expect it to list under 411. You can spend some considerable time waiting for that listing only to find that that number couldn't be listed. So like I said, again, Magic Jack numbers, Google Voice numbers, and so on typically won't list under 411. Let's go to the next page here. This is the business website and email page. As it says here, the business website is optional. It's just a recommended item. We're in a day where if I'm going to do business with somebody, I typically will Google them to verify who they are and the services that they offer. It adds credibility when I see a well-established business website. And so we recommend that because, yes, we want to help you find financing, but we also want you to bring in more clients and generate more revenue, and a website is a great way to do that. Also, on a business email, we go into a lot more detail here on the site, but one of the examples is, when you fill out an application, you don't want to put an email like, and you'll have to forgive me for this, like partychick@yahoo.com. And you're probably chuckling at this time, but I have seen applications like that, and it just doesn't look professional. We want to stay away from these free email providers like Yahoo, Gmail, and so forth. You need a real professional business email address. They're really inexpensive to set up. You can set them up with GoDaddy.com or 360 Startup. We do have a good resource. They are marketing geniuses in my eyes. They do a great job, and that's why they're on their site. Online Biz Suite can set up a website. They can make sure you're optimized. They can help you make sure you're set up for social media, track how many clicks you're getting on your site, and so forth. They're a wonderful resource. We've had them on our weekly webinars before. And so if you need them or you're interested, you can click on the link and they do a free consultation. You'll enter in the information at the bottom of the page and then hit save and continue to proceed. All right, so on this page, we're talking about the EIN and business license. The common question I'll get is, hey, I'm not sure if I have all the required business licenses. How do I find out? That's a tricky question. How do you know? Unfortunately, it's not an easy process, but calling the state, the county, and the city, making sure that you have any required licenses with them is the best way to find out if you have all your required licenses. Some entities or some type of businesses just don't require a business a license. Others do. For instance, in the state of Nevada, if you are filed with the state of Nevada, by default, you need a business license in the state of Nevada. Other states don't operate like that, and you may not need a license at all. But you want to make sure that you do have any required licenses because lenders are going to look for those. Your EIN number, you want to make sure that you have submitted and received your EIN or tax ID number with the IRS. You'll want to make sure that you have the correct entity name, meaning the business name matches the information you have filed with the state, and your business address. The creditors can verify that EIN filing, and you want to make sure that all your records match so a lender can easily verify that everything is put together and seamless. Okay, let's hit save and continue and go on to the next page. On this page, we're talking about the bank account and merchant services. It's important that your bank account is set up under the business name that you're trying to get financing under. You want to make sure it's an actual business account, not a personal checking. I know they're cheaper, but lenders like to see that it's an actual business checking account and that your personal funds aren't mingling within the business checking account. For merchant processing, if you don't have somebody to currently you don't have merchant processing, but you want to accept credit cards or debit cards, we have a contact here. They are great because they report on your business credit reports. There's also lenders that'll lend based on the volume that you're processing or the amount you have flowing through your business checking account, which is another reason these need to be set up under your business entity with the correct information, your business name and address. Another little fact or tidbit about merchant processing is clients are known to purchase more or purchase upgrades and so forth if you do set up the merchant processing, which can generate more revenue for your business. We'll hit save and continue here and continue to our last couple pages and then review any questions that have come through. This page is one of the most important pages, and I've hit on it a couple times, but making sure that your business is listed correctly. What does that mean? Well, all of your records, your state record, your county license, city license, the IRS, your bank, 401k, any other accounts and so forth that you have, they all need to read the exact same business name and address. It makes the verification process a lot easier on the lender's side and helps them feel comfortable that everything is put together. Once you know that those listings are correct, you'll mark the box. A question that I get frequently is, how do I know if the information is correct? You can pull up your state filing, pull up the license that you have, pull up your IRS documentation in your bank account. Look at the information you have on there. If it's incorrect, you'll want to get that updated before you check the box and move forward. Hit save and continue, and that concludes step 1. We went through that pretty quickly. If you've worked through step 1, you know it's not exactly that simple. There may be things to complete as you go through the step, and you'll want to make sure that you complete them before moving forward because, as you saw, each item builds on the last. These are things that lenders verify. It makes them feel comfortable. It makes your business look credible. And this foundation step comes right before step 2, where we do start working on the financing. And that's why it's important to complete. If you ever have questions on the program, you can call the advisor team. Our phone number is right here. You can reach us toll free at 800-497-0499. Our advisors are glad to walk you through this process and make it as easy as possible. Let's review and see if we have any questions that came through. No questions today. So, as you know, you can call the advisor team with questions. I'll send this recording out to you. It'll be posted on our YouTube channel. It's a pleasure working with each of you. I'll let you get on with your busy days and join us next week on Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern time for our next weekly webinar. Have a wonderful day, everyone.